Cigarettes far exceeding the duty-free limit. A large amount of illegal drugs hidden in lingerie. We went behind the scenes to thoroughly cover customs officials battling illegal couriers, capturing the moment of the smuggling attempt. As the number of foreign tourists continues to increase daily, Haneda Airport, a major Japanese hub, is constantly busy with international travelers. However, something unwelcome is also on the rise. The influx of prohibited items and drug smuggling. This is the inspection area of the Tokyo Customs inside Haneda Airport. One of the key jobs of customs is border enforcement. Just before the arrival's exit, after passing immigration, customs officers and sniffer dogs are on constant alert. On this day, an officer approached a man who had arrived in Japan on a flight from Vietnam. He had 3 large suitcases. The officer informed the man that they needed to check the contents. The suitcases could not be opened. So, the officer put the luggage through the X-ray machine. Massive, block-like shadows could be seen inside the suitcases. With the man's permission, the officer broke the lock. What came out was a massive quantity of cigarettes. The man had brought in Vietnamese-made cigarettes. The total number was an astonishing 30,000 sticks. The duty-free allowance for cigarettes is 200 sticks per person. Exceeding that incurs a tax of 3,000 yen for every 200 sticks. Upon being told the tax amount, the man began making an unbelievable excuse. In severe cases, the Customs Act imposes a serious penalty of up to 5 years in prison, a fine of up to 10 million yen, or both. The man eventually accepted the customs officer's explanation. All the cigarettes were abandoned and disposed of. Meanwhile, an emergency situation was unfolding at a different lane. The incident started with a single suitcase that arrived without its owner. What emerged from it was... What in the world was it? The day before, the owner of the luggage arrived, an American man in his 20s. At first glance, he looked like any ordinary traveler. At the time, the man only had a single backpack. Out came things like snack food and the officer showed the drug prohibition list to the man, who clearly wanted to leave. The customs officer, based on the man's demeanor and interactions, was already suspicious of him possibly smuggling drugs. The next day, The man's other luggage arrived at the inspection area. It had been delayed by 1 day due to a transport issue. With an airline representative present, officers began checking the contents of the suitcase. They found bottles of maple syrup. As they searched further, 18 bottles were found wrapped among the clothing. The contents of the bottle were tested using the drug screening machine. The letters THC, cannabis component, appeared on the display. The substance was detected in all the other bottles as well, totaling 17 kilograms in weight. That seemingly friendly man turned out to be a drug smuggler. Cannabis smuggling is punishable under the Customs Act with up to 10 years in prison, a fine of up to 30 million yen, or both. The man was arrested at his hotel on suspicion of violating the Customs Act and the Narcotics and Psychotropics Control Act. The number of illegal drug smuggling arrests is increasing. A medical examination of the woman who said this revealed over 100 small packets inside her body, containing cocaine with a street value of approximately 25 million yen, about 160,000 US dollars. The crackdown on illegal drug smuggling at Haneda Airport is intensifying. Compared to a record high of about 50 cases in all of 2024, there were already over 40 cases by June 2025.
闇バイトが非常に増えています。外国に行って荷物を持ってきてくださいと。その中に薬物が入っている。知らず知らずのうちに薬物の運び屋にされると。こういったケースも非常に増えています。
After 10 p.m., despite the late hour, many customs officers continue their surveillance.
この時間、摘発過去に多い要注意の便が結構入ってくるので。
A Brazilian woman in her 20s arrived. The woman had traveled from Sao Paulo, Brazil, via Ethiopia and Bangkok, Thailand, to Japan. Despite the long journey, she only had a carry-on handbag and a suitcase. Suspecting drug smuggling, the officer escorted the woman to the inspection room and spoke to her through a telephone interpreter. The officer first gained the woman's permission to check her luggage. Clothes and a hair iron were found, but no illegal drugs. The woman remained calm. The officer then swabbed the inside of the suitcase and put it into the drug testing. The buzzer signaling a reaction to cocaine blared. They thoroughly searched the inside of the suitcase again. However, nothing resembling cocaine was found. Next was a body check. The woman insisted that the suspicious bulge in her lingerie was just control garments. The woman gradually became agitated. Later, at the hospital where the woman was taken, a shocking truth was revealed.
ブラジャーの中にですね、これコカインの水溶液を隠匿していました。
After the hospital examination and another search, a large amount of cocaine, dissolved in water and sealed in plastic bags, was discovered hidden inside her lingerie. This was a sophisticated smuggling technique. The woman was carrying 1.4 kilograms of cocaine, with a street value of approximately 35 million yen, about 220,000 US dollars. The woman was arrested on suspicion of violating the Customs Act and the Narcotics and Psychotropics Control Act. Tokyo Customs' Haneda branch continues to guard the border, preventing the entry of prohibited drugs into Japan. They remain on guard today, serving as Japan's last fortress to prevent the spread of illegal drugs.